Hello, EOS Nation, and welcome to episode number 50 of EOS Hot Sauce. I'm your host, Daniel Keys, and we got another spicy one for you this week. In this week's episode, Voice receives $150 million, and new Block.one products are coming. All active block producers activate EOS VM, Binance Votes, blockchain EOSIO fights COVID-19, wax staking, Equilibrium rewards proxy, and more. EOS Hot Sauce is available in every format. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you smash that like and ring that bell. If you're listening on SoundCloud, give us a like. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast player, give us a 5-star rating. And don't forget to subscribe to the EOS Nation newsletter at eosnation.io. First up, Voice gets $150 million and new Block.one product is coming. Although the Voice beta is still only open to Americans, the hype for the project continues to grow as we learn more about their execution plans. Block.one published a press release this week confirming they're committing at least $150 million of capital to their nascent next-generation social media and journalism platform. Voice CEO Sala Zalatima was quoted, "Today's media and social media landscapes are rapidly converging, and the resulting digital forms for engagement are broken. We've witnessed a profound loss of trust on social media sites given their opaque use of personal data and capricious content regulation rules. If you need to hire armies of people to remove disturbing content, then there's something fundamentally wrong with the platform. Voice wants to bridge the divisions and rebuild trust in our media platforms by promoting authenticity, transparency, and humanity in our community." On top of the Block.one press release, Business Insider also published an article about Voice with more quotes from Sala Zalatimo, such as this one that highlights the fact that Block.one is willing to take all the time it needs to build out a fantastic product. "It's coming from a company that wholeheartedly believes in this mission and our ability to realize this mission. They definitely want a return, but they're not forcing a timeline upon me." And finally, Dan Larimer sat down with you today for an exclusive interview, going over topics including Dan's history, his thoughts on Voice, and the future of the web. We also got confirmation that we should expect new products from Block.one this year. Dan Larimer, CTO of Block.one, was quoted, "We have to keep some of our surprises behind the curtain for now. I can tell you that there will be new products from Block.one in new industries this year." If the Business Insider article is paywalled for you, you can find a copy of it on EOS Discussions. Up next, all active block producers enable the EOS VM. On June 1st, 2019, Block.one announced EOSIO 2.0, which included several new features. One of these features, called the EOS Virtual Machine or EOS VM, is a new WebAssembly or WASM smart contract engine. This upgrade to EOSIO brings efficiency improvements of 12x when compared to the first version of EOSIO released in June 2018. Block producers have been hard at work optimizing both software and hardware over the last few months in order to enable a smooth activation of EOS VM. Visit our EOS Nation blog for a complete picture of the troubleshooting that happened and the solutions that were implemented. We've provided links to all the relevant articles in the written version of this episode at eosnation.io. Up next, Binance Votes. One of the largest remaining inactive token holders deployed a noteworthy number of votes over the past week. Until now, Binance had not utilized the tokens under their control, but this quickly changed as roughly 40 million tokens initiated the staking and subsequent voting process. Many of the block producer recipients should be familiar to our readers and listeners, as there is an obvious emphasis on the block producers that held rank when EOS Mainnet launched back in June 2018. The votes lifted many of those block producers away from the bottom pay threshold danger zone into safer higher rankings, while simultaneously bringing a few of them back into paid positions. Our very own Proxy4 Nation and Proxy2 Nation also made adjustments to amplify the movements. These changes have a significant impact on the ongoing EOS Nation Nataclab worker proposal system collaboration proposal, seeing as one of the advanced design features entails that each block producer above the pay threshold at time of cycle end would have the same vote weight as every other eligible block producer on each published WPS submission. Most of the block producers affected are easily accessible using widely available social media platforms, thus strengthening the value proposition of the design. The Binance Votes also reduced the pay gap that existed between paid block producers, effectively flattening out the reward distributions across the board. The old guard has once again a chance to showcase the value they are capable of producing, as a pendulum swing of this magnitude in this direction has not been seen for a long time. We encourage our readers to reach out to these block producers to find out how they intend on utilizing their newly obtained rewards. This is also your chance to remind the block producers of the ephemerality of such opportunity, as it seldom knocks twice. Next up, EOSIO fights back against COVID-19. The world is facing an unprecedented and difficult situation right now, and we hope that you and your family are staying safe. Now more than ever, humans need to support each other and their communities. As we work together to defeat our common enemy, there are no doubts that we'll be able to get through this. Resources from all over the planet, including from many blockchain communities, are being mobilized for this effort, and human ingenuity is starting to shine. A Cointelegraph article highlighted some of the high-level collaborations between the World Health Organization and large technology companies like IBM, Oracle, Microsoft, and others. The advantages of blockchain technology were a perfect fit for their needs. IBM blockchain CTO Gary Singh was quoted, "We started off brainstorming ideas on how to collect, provide, and use verified information about the virus. It's not that we were trying to force blockchain into this solution, but we thought we need to replicate data, we need to have trusted sources, we need to make sure it can't be tampered with." Led by Liquid Apps, the EOSIO community has also rallied together in an effort to contribute computational power to help scientists fight against COVID-19. The project has been named COVAX and consists of 3 steps. 1. Assembling the COVAX community. 2. Onboarding DSPs as validators on the dedicated COVAX liquid chain and launching the COVAX app. EOS Nation is proud to be one of these validators. And 3. Connecting researchers to COVAX to expedite the search for a vaccine. If you're interested in joining the effort, please join the Telegram channel to stay up to date with all the latest COVAX progress. EOS Rio, DApp Solutions, EOS USA, Phoenix, Airdrops DAC, and EOS Nation are all producing blocks on the COVAX liquid chain, which can be looked up on the COVAX Block Explorer. Although not a blockchain network, the Folding at Home platform is a very popular platform that's also contributing computing resources in the fight against COVID-19. Boyd and Telos have joined forces to create a Folding at Home team for those that want to start folding right away. Taking it a step further, EOS USA has connected Boss and Telos via IBC to enable Boss users to also easily contribute resources. Speaking of Telos, Genobank.io also partnered with the Telos Foundation in an effort to develop an app called Agirona that will allow users to securely source low-cost COVID-19 testing. The initiative has already attracted international contributors from the United States, Iran, Israel, South Africa, and the UK. Finally, EuropeChain has adopted one of their apps, Fact, to become a COVID-19 monitoring tool for enterprise. Adam Buktila was quoted, "Fact already offers customizable spreadsheets and checklists for remote workforce management. However, the new global crisis has prompted the creation of a new line of features specific to COVID-19 tracking, like symptom checker, contact tracing using GPS locations, real-time analytics dashboard, and data to PDF options that allow anyone from an employer, manager, doctor, or nurse to instantly update, view, or download any information the user wishes to be shared. The data is secured on EuropeChain, a GDPR-compliant blockchain, and protects the user's identity by allowing only specific appointed persons access to the siloed data." Next up, wax staking and some free accounts. The Wax Guild Meltablock introduced a new method to create Wax accounts via Telegram and provided enough funds to give out 1,000 accounts free of charge. The Wax Meetup bot lives in Telegram and is based on the Sign-Up Wax smart contract, which the team presented in January. In the next phase, this bot will have interactive abilities such as answering frequently asked questions. Go grab your free Wax account by joining the Wax Blockchain Meetup Telegram channel. For those using the Wax Cloud Wallet, the Wax team has created a new and easy way to stake, vote, and earn some of those sweet Wax rewards. The Wax Labs worker proposal system is not even a month old, and it seems that Wax is already getting a lot of applications. In order to streamline the process, the Wax Labs guidelines have been updated. So if you're thinking about submitting a proposal, make sure to give it a read. Next up, Equilibrium Proxy Update. The Equilibrium team made some changes to their proxy, which manages the voting of the EOS stored as collateral in the EOSDT smart contract. Staking users will receive a stable 2.3 APR, and BPs will pay back 85% of the rewards they generate due to votes from the Equilibrium proxy from now on. Previously, the voted BPs had to pay a fixed fee, whereas the new model will dynamically reflect the size and influence of the proxy. Rewards will be paid daily. Another change was made in regards to the framework fees. While previously those fees were accounted and paid in NUT, the utility and governance token of Equilibrium, the new model will be handling fees in EOSDT stablecoins. We think that these changes are a good decision, as it allows easier accounting and further simplifies the use of the Equilibrium framework and its DeFi products. Equilibrium also continues to represent EOSIO-based DeFi, most recently in London at the Crypto Compare Digital Asset Summit in early March. Find a summary of the event on their blog. Next up, Token Pocket's second anniversary. The Token Pocket has been constantly adding new features in the last 2 years, overcame obstacles with innovative solutions, and kept growing their user base. There's hardly anything you can't do from within the wallet that started with EOS and now supports a whole selection of different blockchain protocols and their respective dApps. We congratulate Token Pocket on their second anniversary, and we encourage our readers and listeners to check out all the events they're holding to celebrate their success with the community. If you haven't checked out their wallet yet, now's the perfect time. Up next, Liquid App's dApp Drive bounty, VRAM update, and Liquid Oracle's walkthrough. Besides their COVAX initiative, which we featured earlier, the Liquid Apps team also pushed out a lot of content to keep their developer community busy. As part of the ongoing dApp Network Grants program, the team announced the dApp Drive bounty with a prize of 250,000 dApp tokens and the goal to build a distributed storage system based on liquid storage. Additional requirements are a range of redundancies and encryption levels for the users to choose from. Wouldn't it be great to have a decentralized version of Dropbox or Beidou Cloud? We really hope this bounty gets claimed ASAP. If you're interested in this or other bounties currently open, go visit the Liquid Apps dedicated bounty platform. The very first product released by Liquid Apps was VRAM, and after a year of further developments, the team has released an article explaining the evolution of EOSIO storage solutions. They envisioned the role of VRAM as a paging mechanism that tied the system of different storage solutions like VRAM, IPFS, and the upcoming Block.one product disk, which CTO Tal Muscal elaborates on further in one of the Tal Talks bits. All of the different storage options have their own specific features, and VRAM interconnects them, allowing developers to combine different storage solutions for different aspects of the products. Yet another data service that the Liquid Apps team has been pushing forward a lot lately is Liquid Oracles, a decentralized service to validate off-chain events to feed to smart contracts for on-chain processing. The Liquid Oracle service can be customized by the developer. For example, they can choose the source of the information and specify the consensus requirements. Interested developers can learn about it, along with the setup of the Zeus SDK in Liquid Harmony and a newly published walkthrough. Oracle services based on EOSIO can update the information into smart contracts with a higher frequency than other blockchains, while still being more cost-efficient. Definitely worth checking out. The vision of Liquid Apps has many facets and an enormous range of complementary services, all aiming to provide scalability and interoperability. In the most recent Tal Talks video, the CTO of Liquid Apps shared how the dApp network and the dApp token emerge out of the need for an aligned incentive structure to make IBC or cross-chain communication possible. Next up, Indie Block Records' Feat Venezuela 2020 contest winner. Published in the Eminate community channel, Indie Block Records gave a great recap of their Feat Venezuela 2020 song contest, and most importantly announced the winners. The contest displayed once again how different entities in our ecosystem, namely Indie Block, EOS Venezuela, Family Telos, and Emanate, cooperated to produce great results. The winning contributions are already available on Emanate, and if you don't have an account there yet, sign up now to enjoy the free trial before it ends. The winners are: first place, Aquí Estoy by Alda Music, second place, Alma Lanera by Samix Rusher, and third place, Queramos Venezuela by Rodnel Matos. Congratulations to all the winners, participants, and organizers of this great event. Indie Block Records solidified connections to artists, recording studios, and distributors in Latin America through this initiative, while 50% of the streaming revenue of the winning songs will go directly to Family Telos, a universal basic income experiment for families in Venezuela. Motivated by the great response, Indie Block Records might continue the Feat concept and ask the community who they could feature next. It could be a country, a region, an organization, or even an individual in need. Do you have an idea? Reach out to them at info@indieblockrecords.com. Next up, Everything EOS is back, and regular shows with Yves LaRose. We're happy to report that the longest-lasting EOS podcast, Everything EOS, is back with regular shows. And from now on, EOS Nation CEO Yves LaRose will be joining Zach Gull to chat with the community live on YouTube. Besides the live show, Zach will also continue to do in-depth interviews with representatives of high-quality EOSIO projects. In the latest episode, he welcomed Alexandre Bourget, CTO of EOS Canada, who is also the mastermind behind Diffuse. Diffuse recently announced it will be open-sourced in the form of Diffusebox, giving developers of multiple blockchain protocols opportunities to query blockchain data in a highly performant and reliable fashion. While Block.one has focused on building a blockchain protocol with an incredibly high write throughput, the Diffuse team has been focused on perfecting the tools that allow us to read the blockchain data at an equally impressive rate. Block.one already shared plans to integrate Diffuse into their products, and the opportunities here are more than exciting. We encourage all of our readers and listeners to learn more about this essential tool by watching the full interview. Alex has a knack for making technical subjects fun and interesting. And finally, new EOS Nation EOS liquidity pools, Atmos, Boyd, MPT, and Seed. As introduced last week in EOS Hot Sauce number 49, X Nation is one of our newest releases, and we're happy to report that liquidity pools for Atmos, Boyd, MPT, Seed, and VIG were already created by members of the community. Creating a pool for your favorite token is as easy as it gets, as our friend Data Junkie from Generios confirmed. But if you need some help, you can check out the introduction and step-by-step guide by the Bancor team. To learn more about X Nation and the beauty of liquidity pools, tune into the latest episode of Up for Discussion, where I joined along with our CTO Denis Carrière for a nice conversation on the topic. We're very pleased to see the community using our tools and are proud to be able to deliver these DeFi building blocks to the EOS ecosystem. And that's all for this week's episode of EOS Hot Sauce. EOS Nation is a top 21 block producer on the EOS public network. We earn inflation rewards based on the percentage of tokens staked towards us. Those rewards are reinvested into EOSIO community, tools, and infrastructure. Help grow the ecosystem by staking your vote to EOS Nation FTW for BP, or proxying to Proxy4Nation. Remember, we never accept compensation in exchange for featuring projects in the EOS Hot Sauce. That means if a project is included in the EOS Hot Sauce, it's because we believe that project brings value to the EOSIO ecosystem, and we want our community to know about it. Are you building an interesting project on EOSIO? We want to hear from you. Reach out to us on social media or email info@eosnation.io. Thanks for supporting EOS Nation and for listening to this week's episode of EOS Hot Sauce. Want more spicy updates? Check out our previous episodes at eosnation.io. Once again, I'm your host Daniel Keys, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, let's keep it spicy.